have some breakfast. If you just slide into the booth, you could have some feather-free patented nuggies, or some horse water if you choose. We're supposed to be a party, therefore anything we need. You could have a polite chat. You never know, you could end up as friends if you keep your temper under wraps. Or we can see how this story ends. Welcome, Gelrin. Oh, Hammer. Please, Krill, put down that man. Show respect to. Oh, Hammer. Or we'll be forced to put you down. The Royal Armor rubs Krill the wrong way. We move towards disaster as Krillman handles an influential Manacastasia's hideous laughter. Sometimes control is what's required. Krill is his own worst enemy in Dyson Desire.
Right, so Gelrin leaves. You've now met Gelrin.
Krill also leaves. He's sick of this shit.
He leaves the circus altogether. Right, what do you want to do?
I think we should all just take a minute to just appreciate the moment when Quinch suddenly became the best barbarian in the party.
Does anyone have to go back to like shops and collect stuff?
Yeah, so
didn't they say 3 days?
I want to go Gelrin's shop.
It's burn it down. Right, so yeah, it's a brand new day. You've had that interaction with Gelrin. You're still sat in the North Shield house, and
does that count as using one of my rages? By the way,
I don't know. Did you? Rage?
How hard did you laugh?
I meant they're losing my shit at him, but that's fine.
No, you didn't physically rage. Other than just being angry. Just because you're angry doesn't mean you rage.
All right.
Yeah, so it's up to you what you want to do. Whether you want to continue investigating the children, or take another path, or
Quinch wanted to talk to the woman and that.
Yeah.
So I believe that we should return to talk to Cyrene, the child kidnapper, but I don't know if we need to have a plan.
Maybe don't call her that when we see her.
Well,
can you kidnap your own child? Don't they just live with you anyway?
Yeah.
You could definitely kidnap your own child. Like, that's definitely a thing.
Is she not their legal guardian? Like, is that not just...
But I guess you could pretend that they've been
I suppose,
kidnapped.
yeah. I mean, she could have killed
lock
them,
them up.
but just kidnapping seems an odd phrase.
Listen,
Yeah, that's the story. That's definitely the storyline that's happening here. Is that someone has killed their own daughter and is framing other people for it, and also just at the same time another kid went missing and it's just coincidence.
Oh, well, that's straight from the DM's mouth.
Yeah.
So
There we go. So 50 gold pieces each and 1,000
a voice
XP.
in my head that leads me to believe. It's weird. It's weird that we got XP when we're milestone based.
My suggestion would be that as we don't really have many leads other than Quinch is certain that Cyrene is lying. That rather than just kind of wandering around town asking people if they know anything about the missing kids, would it not be more prudent to
check basements,
to do some other things, and whilst we're doing those other things, use those other things to take us to places and take us to people, and while we're there, we can do more investigating.
I think
Inspiration
that's a good
point
idea.
for Dweezil.
And I can't help but notice we were also given a new name in regards to the black-winged serpents, the Triborn Travellers, and their leader, Ellum.
Erlen, no, it's not a new name. We had this many months ago. Yeah.
No, we should be looking for gingerbread houses.
Just to clarify, it is Urlam, Urlam, Stockspool.
Yeah.
Did I give you that name before?
I believe it was on the poster for the Tribal Travellers to inquire with Earlham. Yeah,
cool.
I've then kind of suffixed it with wrong'un after his name, so someone has told us that previously that Earlham was a wrong'un.
Would it be of interest to go and see why they turned up at our giant friend Zephyr, whatever his name was, his castle? What they were trying to get from him?
That wasn't them.
Was it not?
No.
No, that was another group.
That was a Kraken.
Oh, no,
that was a
this
Kraken
was
tattoo.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
It was pretty.
Tribal Travellers were the ones at Nightstone.
Yeah, they had the ring that Krill sold.
Yeah.
Okay, scrap that. The ones that turned up at Northstone. Northstone?
Can't wait to find out if that was worth keeping.
Oh, you reckon?
I would imagine probably very much worth keeping. Oh, what? Yeah. What? The same symbol in two completely different towns? I would have thought so. But let's see what happens when you go and visit Earlham. If that's indeed what you want to do. What do you want to do?
It seemed.
I mean, I don't want to turn up when he's be like, "Here's a ring I got. Where'd you get that ring? Oh, I killed someone wearing it."
Didn't Quinch sell it?
But too late now, isn't it?
No, I sold it. It was mine.
Oh, right.
But that's what I mean. Is that what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, "Oh, yeah, here's a ring I took from someone I killed."
Off you go back to Nightstone. Go and pick up another one. See if any of the other corpses have got one.
All right, I'll see you guys in about 3 days.
Oh, thank fuck.
Well, I thought so.
much longer. Right, what are you doing? Right, where are you going? Are you going to Earlham's? Are you going to the other options? I guess are the stuff that's on Dweezil's things.
Yeah,
I'm happy to take a step back. I'm still calming down a little. Someone else can decide.
Is that Sam talking or Krill talking?
It's a bit of both.
Right, these are my suggestions of things that we could do. We could go and see Tarmac Fella Scar about some herbs and spices. We could go and see about restoring the frog. We could go and see Jacobi and Petson Histrum, the two brothers. They are the ones that were in the town Lord Protector's office when we went in. They were having a bit of a do. They've got a brother who's gone missing a year ago, and they think foul play there. That might be the brother was Mirek, who had a wife called Tamara. That might be interesting
so many
because
notes. I don't even have paper in front of me.
Yeah. Thanks, Stuart.
It might be worth speaking to the two brothers, being that their brother went missing, and seeing if that. I think it feels different to me, but it is another missing person within Tribor. Or perhaps going speaking to Mirex, the missing brother's wife.
We naturally assumed that it was just kids that were going missing, but the fact is we know of 3 people that are going missing. 2 of the 3 are kids, and we've just assumed that the kids is the theme.
My suspicion is that the missing people might be something to do with the Tribor Travellers. You know, the Tribor Travellers are travellers. If anyone's going to be shifting people out of Tribor, then it probably is the Tribor Travellers. But
that was my feeling as well, and that is why I think that we should go speak to Earlham, sorry.
Yeah.
All in favour, say aye.
Aye.
I'm Molester.
I just think that if we go to Earlham too soon, there's a possibility that we're not going to be fully armed in terms of the information and the ability to manipulate a situation to suit ourselves. We go and see him on the back. If we go and see someone now, we're on the back foot.
Okay, so perhaps we should look into the missing brother next.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
makes
so.
sense.
We should go and see these Jacobean.
Yeah, let's do that.
The Histrum brothers, I believe they're called.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okie dokie. So you don't. I mean, I guess you don't actually know. You don't know where these two live. But for the sake of reducing roleplay, let's suggest that you head back. just for time purposes, if nothing else, because it's just going to be a very dry conversation of the only place you know of is going back to Durathra, the Lord Protector, who had the conversation. So let's suggest you went past her offices and asked for directions to their property. Okie dokie. You do so. I mean,
I believe didn't she not give us directions anyway?
Not for them, no, because she was very much just. Oh, there are just a couple. I think she just literally said there are a couple of guys that basically
farmers, I think. Or...
Yeah.
Boys, we've just unlocked fast travel. Mate, we're going to rinse through this
All we have to do
campaign
is start
now.
a fight with a royal armourer, and now Nate's scared to let us talk to anyone we don't have to. It's great.
So let's just cut the rest of you other. So you go and speak to them, and they tell you this, and then you do that, and then you succeed. Well, there you go, more XP. That doesn't matter, right? So yeah, you speak to Durathra. She gives you the directions of where to go, and you head on out to their farm. To the farm of what was the name of them? It was
the Histrums.
Jacoby and Person. What a great name. Yeah. So you head on out to their farm and you see one of them out there doing his farming, just farming, just naturally out on his farm, doing farm work whilst farming. And he's just farming greatly. Real good farm.
Please
farm
describe
work.
What kind of farming is it? Is it like crop farming or is it
it's ground.
Or...
It's sort of just general ground farming. There's some things happening in the world.
As opposed to the air farm.
Poking the ground with a stick, going like, that's farming.
He's using one of his ground weapons, and he's attacking the earth. And there's some things going into the earth and some things growing out of the earth.
There's some slashing damage, got it.
Yeah. And he sort of he sees you approaching out the corner of his eye, and he sort of stops. He sort of leans back, sort of cracks his back where he's been farming so long. I mean, it's only probably about 9 o'clock in the morning, but he's probably been going since 4 o'clock, and he's sort of lean. Yeah. He does the old stereotypical sort of lean on his farming instrument,
farming hammer,
farming weapon. Is farming
this
weapon.
Jacoby or is it the other one?
Let's say it's Jacoby. Doesn't matter. And he sees you approaching, and he says in no accent whatsoever, "Can I help you?"
Oh, he's from Slough.
Yeah. Typical farming community. What can I do for you, fine gents? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, you look familiar. Didn't I barge into you on the way out of Durathra's office by any chance?
Yeah, that's what we come to see you about. We need an apology.
Krill, pick him up.
He is shorter than Krill, technically. So he so that's all retcon all that. Sorry, what are you what can I do for you for?
We've come for elocution lessons. We heard the other one to come to.
Oh, yeah, a wise guy. Sorry, what are you here for?
We heard from Durathra that your brother Mirek had gone missing some time ago, and we were concerned because it seems that there is a pattern of missing people in Triboar. Also, we wanted to come and offer our condolences. Might not be the right word, but to just offer you our thoughts and prayers are with you at this moment, and to see what you could tell us about what had happened.
Yeah, he did go missing. I don't suspect it has anything to do with the recent spate of missing children. I mean, he disappeared 10 years ago. I suspect it's got nothing to do with that. And when I say disappeared, that's he does air quotes, but he does them wrong. He does them with one finger on each. He does that. That's the official term of what happened. That's what they tell us. They tell us that Mirek went missing, and myself and Person. Oh, what a terrible name. Why didn't I think?
Is that what he says? Is that what he says?
Yeah.
Does your brother know you're cussing him out behind his back?
He leans over his shoulder and says, "Person, you've got a stupid name." I've only just realised it, and we're like 50 years old. He says, myself and my brother Person. It's worse than Thrasher and Basher.
I have to say it. I watch someone on YouTube, and they don't always, but they often introduce themselves as Person, and it's so fucking hilarious. So I'm particularly enjoying this.
Good.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's a good story.
I just want you guys to know that I'm finding it funnier than the rest of you, so I'm getting more out of this.
Weirdly, though, that Krill's laughing the hardest, though, even though you're finding it funniest.
That ended ages ago.
Why are you still laughing?
Oh.
Habit now, isn't it?
Yeah, the official term is that he's missing, but myself and Person know that he's still there. We've been told by the priest that Mirak is still in his home. We do not believe the claims of his ex-wife.
It's okay. We know it's hard. Carry on. So you were getting choked up. It's okay. You can carry on.
No, that was just Nathan burping mid-sentence. Thanks for calling me out.
Is that the fourth brother?
Choking.
Jacoby, Person, Mirek, and Nathan. That's strange. We've got a horse called Nathan.
Nathan went missing actually, and he did say he liked horses. Maybe no. Right. So, yeah, she tells a tale of how Mirek liked her. He had a wandering eye. She talks about how he liked the lady. She even talks about an affair, a long-term affair that he had with Urgula down at the North Shield house.
Oh,
Really?
But
this is a Southland tale.
But we are having none of it. We know we don't like her. She doesn't like us. We've never liked her, and we just don't believe her. We don't believe that he would just up and leave and run away with another woman without telling us. He never mentioned any other women to us, and we were quite close as brothers. And for him to disappear in the middle, overnight, essentially, we're just not having it.
Sorry, you said that you've been told that he's still in his home.
There's a priest down at the Talking Troll.
Here we go.
And
you don't think this has anything to do with the missing children?
A priest by the name of Silverin, and he just tells us that Mirok is still there. Now, do I believe that Mirok is still alive? I don't know, but we've never been able to prove that he's there. She's never been able to prove that he's not there, and I don't know what to say. We've just had enough of it.
Have you been round?
Have I been round?
Have you knocked on?
Sorry?
What? Have you not been round and knocked on?
Knocked on?
Yeah, not like gone round and knocked on and seen if he's there.
He's knocked at the door.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'll translate Northern for you.
But we've never looked in her house. She's allowed us in, but she's not allowed us in the entire house.
Is she a big lass? Is she or
no?
Because you're a. I hope you don't mind me saying this. You're a fair unit.
Yeah.
Big
We've
farm
seen
boy like
how
you.
good you do your farming.
Yeah.
With the farming weapons, yeah.
There's two of you. Person could pick her up. Krill, show him how he could do that.
I grabbed Dab off by the collar and just raised her above my head.
Person could, and then you could
And
have
I'll
a.
just put him back down.
So
We've been advised.
At
I
this
think
point,
is the
I'm
word
bored.
that would.
I pick him up by the collar and just start doing curls with Dabov by the collar of his shirt.
I stab Krill in the neck.
Krill dies for the second time today.
This is infuriating.
This is infuriating. What? Not having agency over other characters.
We've got a fucking Looney Tune with us. Got changing outfits, grabbing monocles out. He's like using people as dumbbells.
Ooga! Right. So listen, I understand what you are saying, and whilst myself and my brother Person, because that is the only way that I can say his name without it sounding ridiculous, we have considered this, but we have been advised that would not be a course of action that would be well looked upon. And so, not wishing to upset the status quo, we have decided, a farmer using the phrase like status quo, we have decided to just take this.
I know what MJ's doing now. He's getting status. He's on Status Quo's Wikipedia. He's going to drop some song titles in.
It's good. It's all right for you, lot, you brothers in arms. But
that was nice.
of course it was.
Come on, whatever you want.
I'm fairly certain his farmer's weapon is now called his status hoe, though.
Oh, nice. And so we have not barged into her home and searched it in the way that you are suggesting. No.
In 10 years?
In 10 years, we have not. We have not broken in. We have not. We have tried to do this the right way, and every opportunity we have been stopped, and we have appealed to Darathra and the Lord Protectors before her to allow us entry to her home, to allow an investigation to be made, and in no circumstances has it been. Because they assure us that their watch has been in the home. They have told us that there is no such... Mirek is not there, basically. But perhaps, and he has a little twinkle in his eye, perhaps some strangers in town, perhaps 5 who do not know or understand the laws of this town would be willing to
break the rules.
Break the rules and help us out.
I will absolutely do that.
Thank you. I'm glad that you say that. I cannot help you financially, particularly. What I do have is Mirek stored with us many, many years ago. A bit of an heirloom. I could be offering you a longbow. But particularly good longbow, let's just put it that way.
Ooh.
Can't wait to fight over that later.
Well, who the only one of us who could feasibly use a longbow would be Quinch.
Yeah, presumably.
I think I'd very much enjoy that.
But even if we don't keep it, we can sell it. It's probably worth a bit.
Yeah.
I think I like the sound of being an arrow in the sky, if you will.
Have you wielded a longbow before?
A longbow wielding, flying barbarian.
He's only just got a sword, mate. Don't ask him about longbows.
Yeah, I can't, because it's something that I've talked about. I can't remember if I talked about it with Nate privately or publicly, but it is something that I want.
At this point, Person comes out of the farmhouse and he saunters up, and you see basically a very similar gentleman to Jacoby, slightly younger, and he says, "Who's this Jacoby?" And Jacoby turns to him and he explains the conversation that you lot have had, and he goes, "So what have you offered them to help with Mirek?" He says, "Well, I've offered them Mirek's longbow." And Person turns round to you and says, "If that's not enough to sweeten the deal, I can offer you 10 gold pieces
each."
The bow is enough, to be honest.
Quinch.
Oh, sorry.
10 gold each. It's 5 of us.
No, I can offer you 10 gold pieces just to investigate. If you... At this point, Jacoby just puts his arm to him and says, Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Jacoby, we need to find Mirek. This has gone on long enough. I cannot devote any more time and energy to this. If these fine folk can help us, I will find the money and we will sort this out. Do not worry about it.
Such is the price of love.
And Person turns back to you and says, 10 gold pieces to investigate. 40 gold pieces, a further 40 gold pieces if you find us the information.
May as well.
While we're here, lads, what do you know about the missing children?
Nothing. I've seen. This is Jacoby talking. As I said, Mirak's disappearance was 10 years ago. I can't say that it has anything to do with this. The circumstances don't seem similar in any way. I don't know too much about what happened with the kids. Obviously, I've just seen the notice boards. But I mean, this to me, I can't see any similarities. Mirak was a grown man who was in an unhappy relationship.
Okay. Two further questions. Tamara, attractive woman.
Tamara. I mean, certainly not my type. No. She's haggish.
Oh, one for you, Quinch. And
sounds hard. I don't know what you're talking about.
Where would we find this house?
Well, Tamara still lives in the. Gives me 5 seconds while I look up where Tamara lives. I should know this, but there's lots of places.
Just point.
Yeah, great. She lives over there and points.
Excellent.
At
Thank you.
a place where.
Did you say Tamara was a Sylvan? Sorry.
No,
no.
Silverin was the name of the priest that told them that Mirak was still living in the property. Yeah. She runs Tamara, I believe. She runs one of the houses. She runs the 6 windows.
Sweet.
So yeah,
that's the rooming house.
Yes,
it's just a rooming house.
Yeah.
Right. We will take your 10 gold, and with that, I put my hand out. And we will take your longbow, and with that, I put my other hand out, and we will investigate. Do they furnish me with a longbow and 10 gold?
Not immediately. After some sort of muttering amongst each other, person runs back into the house. You hear some noises from inside, as you can hear some things being moved around as he's trying to find both the longbow and the cash. You get the sense that this farm is not massively, it's not the most successful of farms. You're probably taking a fair amount of money from them.
Yep.
That feels like a guilt trip.
No, I'm just saying, 10 gold pieces is quite a lot to this family. Eventually, person returns and hands over both the longbow and indeed the 10 gold pieces and says, "Please."
What's a gold piece supposed to be equivalent to?
Tenner.
100, isn't it? Was it?
Yeah.
Is 1 gold piece 100?
I think so. Yeah. So basically, it's about $1,000 that he's handing over to you.
Yeah.
And he says, "Look, as you heard me saying to Jacoby, this has gone on long enough. It's been 10 years. We just need closure. If Mirak is dead, as painful as that is, so be it. We just need to know. We just need to be able to get on with our lives. And please, just come back with whatever you can."
Not a problem.
Anyone got any more questions, or are we keen to make a move?
I think we should make a move. I think we should go and see the priest before we go to the house.
What, at the talking troll?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Should we Benny Hill it there?
Anyone want to carry this bow?
Person says, "Yeah, we'll have it back." If you're not going to keep it.
I thought MJ wanted it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't use one, so...
Do we know, is there anything special about it?
It is a very good longbow. Almost as if it's like if you had one longbow and then you sort of had plus one other longbow, this would be the plus one other longbow.
Good.
Is this of any use to you, Chris?
MJ's excitement has got him doing
it's of no use to me. I've never trained with a longbow. I can't. Without risk of offending you, Daboff, I can't imagine that you'd be able to draw this weapon.
Nah, I have to use my all 4 limbs.
Oh, we should definitely let the flying barbarian have the longbow. It's very suited to his class.
Well, what I would say is, Krill is very much happy to get in and amongst it and fight up close.
Yep.
Quinch at a distance is probably more likely to use a crossbow than he is to use a sword from 30 foot away.
I can't believe that at no point MJ's thought about multi-classing and just ditching the barbarian levels.
I wonder if you could multi-class out. Like, you can sort of start multi-classing as one class and then just sort of like just translate out the rest of the original. Anyway, so yeah.
I passed the longbow to Quinch.
You now have what is known as a +1 crossbow.
Crossbow?
Sorry, longbow.
Dweezil, I cannot express to you what this gift means to me. Even though you actually just physically handed it to me, it's not specifically your gift to me, but in any case, the emotion and cherishing that I can feel you've put into this, passing off from person to person. I will henceforth name this bow Sure Shit.
Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss any future instalments of Dice and Desire. And in the meantime, if you want to interact with us, come and find us on Twitter and Instagram at Dice and Desire.
Welcome to Roleplay Retcon Studios, located at the nexus of all alternate universes, including the sexy vampire ones.
Ooh.
At Roleplay Retcon, we remake famously disappointing movies using comedy, hindsight, and tabletop RPGs.
Like Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes, but specifically not Dungeons and Dragons. We take a second pass at guilty pleasures like Batman and Robin or Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and even some controversial favorites like Twilight.
But I love those movies.
We do too, and all of the movies we do have something to love. If they didn't, there would be nothing to reimagine. At the end of each series, we compare our vision to the original films, because why the not?
I can't wait to listen to Roleplay Retcon on nerdsmith.org or wherever you get podcasts.
I'm gonna listen to it before you do.